Hi, how are you? My name is Lynn Boke and this is my review of Nairobi Street Kitchen. It's located along Mpaka Road in Westlands. I'm sure you've seen so many pictures of this place and frankly guys, what you see is what you get. If there's a restaurant that really appreciates art, it's Nairobi Street Kitchen. The various doors and window frames at the entrance caught my eye. You really think the doors are leading somewhere, right? No, that is art and I've never seen anything like it. They also have a wall dedicated to artists where you can display your pieces free of charge for people to buy. Wondering about the seats at the entrance? They're the perfect place to wait for someone you're visiting with. They also complement the art around it. Do not worry if you're new to the place. You'll be given a full tour for you to easily find your way around. Susan was a wonderful host. She gave us the tour, fully describing each station. I expected the place to be packed, but even so, the place is big. It can adequately accommodate a large number of people. Nairobi Street Kitchen includes 11 restaurants offering a variety of cuisines. For instance, Indian, Mexican, we have pizza, chicken, burgers, as well as 2 bars. You really can't run out of options here. With so many options to choose from, I decided to sample a bit of everything. I had a starter at the Mexican restaurant. Hey, these names. You have to excuse me, I can hardly pronounce what I had. In simple terms, it was grilled sweet corn with mayonnaise and paprika. It tasted okay, but it's not something I'd order every day. It went for 300 shillings. I also had a taste of my sister's churros, a dessert, but well, who's judging? I found them to be too sweet for my liking, but she really enjoyed it. Clearly a sweet tooth. Our next stop was for the Indian cuisine. This was actually my best restaurant. Its seating was private and intimate. The art pieces were simple, yet you could tell that a lot of thought went into it. The restaurant only offers vegetarian options, but the Bombay special vada pav I had was so heavenly. Aki, I saw it had meat inside. It went for 400 shillings for 2 pieces, and this was totally worth it. We then went to the bird exchange and ordered hot yen thighs, and it's gluten-free. Guys, what is gluten? I don't know it, but I know I like gluten. Anyway, this went for 700 shillings and it's accompanied with fries on the side. Had a sweet and savory taste, also garnished with nuts. I'm sure you'll love this. Asian cuisine was our next option. I had chicken gyoza and it was one of my favorites. It had very mild seasoning and the quantity was quite generous considering you may take it as a starter. This went for 450 shillings. Lastly, we went to Hopscotch for dessert. I had chocolate and vanilla on a waffle, and this goes for 500 shillings. You get to choose 2 ice cream options and 3 toppings served on a waffle. It was the perfect way to end my sampling. I rate the food at a 5 out of 5. It was perfectly prepared. Please note they only accept cashless payment, so keep that in mind when you come to visit. Remember I mentioned the restaurant has 2 bars? Well, this is the one at the top floor. And guys, my mind is blown. See how spacious it is. I love that they've kept it green and allow as much natural lighting as possible. This is definitely somewhere I'd spend a late afternoon. Perfect. By the way, their toilets are quite interesting. Have a look. Well guys, that was my afternoon at Nairobi Street Kitchen. If you've enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. If you have been to Nairobi Street Kitchen, tell me about your experience and let me know which other restaurants you'd like me to review.